I'm excited because we're going to be talking about scheduling and getting people to the events. First off, I think that it's very important that you have a plan that gets executed to the T, okay? Brandon was talking about all the plans, and I'm like, okay, great. We're going to repeat each other. That's fine. You need to have a plan of attack that will get you the best results, okay? Don't throw together an event and just think that it's going to work, okay? Just to raise a hand, how many of you guys decide you're going to do an event, you send out one text message, and then you just hope to God people would just book? Okay? I know everyone in this room has done that. Okay? It doesn't work. Okay? And the reason why it doesn't work is because you have to have this planned out for months or a month in advance. So we're going to talk about that and we're going to go over it. To fill your events, there are 4 key measures that you must have before booking an event and understand what those measures are. First is how many customers do you have in that area? Brandon said 200. I say 40. Okay? And I know that's like a drastic difference, but that's just because what I'm going to teach you is going to help you get those people in the door so that you'll have a full event. Okay? Next measure, how far will they have to travel? Okay, you guys got to understand that you can't have someone travel 100 miles to come in and do a service event. They're not going to do that, okay? They're like, no, I'd rather you come closer to me. So I have here that your measure should be within a 30-mile radius of where that event is at. So when you're getting your customer list, it needs to be within that 30 miles, and then see how many customers you have there, okay? The third thing is the location easy to find? There are so many times where I hear like reps doing these weird places that they're having their customers go to, and if it's a weird location or if it's somewhere that's different, it's going to turn customers off, and then they're not going to come into the event because they're like, oh, I don't know, that's some house in the middle of the city that I've never seen, you know? Could be a crack house. I don't care if you got it for free. You still don't invite your customers to something like that, okay? Fourth thing is location that people want to come to. Spend the extra money and have them come and experience something that's nice, right? If you're in Dallas, we know Rockwall, okay? We know that one hotel that we used to do that's on the river or the lake, and everybody wanted to come just because it was that hotel. I had so many more people show up to that because they wanted to come to the hotel and go to the bar and drink and have an experience as well, okay? So is it worth you booking a Super 8 versus a Hyatt? I think yes, you should go for the Hyatt, not the Super 8, okay? We all know what I'm talking about, okay? Other things that I have here too is a place that they want to go to. Why aren't you guys looking at libraries, okay? We do service events in our local libraries, okay? It's so great when you can show up to the library and people are carrying their knives through the library to go over to the station. You get so many more people walking in. They're like, what's going on in here? We want to be a part of this. Okay, we're going to talk about the walk-ins and all that here coming up too. Okay, do it in places that you normally wouldn't think of that are free to the public, that has high traffic volume of people that you want as well. Okay. By the way, you need to make sure that you have some logistics in plan as well so that you can execute this plan. Okay, number 1, plan your event months in advance. Okay, if you're throwing it together in 2 weeks, it's not going to happen. Okay, you have to have it at least a month and a half out, or even 2 months. We actually have April, May, June, July. We have months in advance. And the reason why is so that we can have it on Acuity or Calendly. If you don't know what those are, okay, for you new reps, find those, get an Acuity or a Calendly. Once you know the date that you want to do it, put it on there, because then you can start plugging it, your customers can see it. If you go to getourknivessharpened.com, you're going to see my schedule, okay? Why do I have that as a website? Because I'm tired of people, how do we get our knives sharpened? Getourknivessharpened.com. You can get your knives sharpened. Okay? So have it in a Calendly. So what we got to do is we got to have a target list of customers. okay? There's 2 target lists of customers that you should have for an event. You have what we call the preferred client list, and then you have the regular customer list. Now, for you to do these and break these groups up, it's gonna help you book that faster because your preferred clients are gonna be your gold clients, your top clients that are in that area that you definitely want in. But also your preferred clients are gonna be those people that have already reached out for service and you haven't gotten to them yet, right? And the reason why I say that is because we're gonna go over text and what you do to get those people to come in, okay? Your groupings of these customers should be ready on texting base and in emails, okay? So your assistants should already have it ready to go so that once it's time to drop on those dates, they got all their stuff ready to go. So we're gonna go through the timeline of these launching, okay? First launch of the marketing for your event should be 3 weeks in advance, okay? That first launch is your preferred list. Let them know that they are first to grab appointments before the rest of the public has a chance to grab their time slots as well. So when we send this out, we put a notice. Hey, you're the first one to know. Get your appointments now before the public comes in, right? No, it's not the public. We put it there so that it like expresses urgency, like, hey, he fills up quickly. And if you know, you know. I fill up really quickly at my events, and I have customers like, but I don't have a time slot. Okay, fine, we'll make another day. And then it fills up, and then, oh, I don't have any time slots. Okay, we'll make another day. So Brandon does 1-day events. Some of our events go from 1 day to 5-day events because we just have that many people booking because we have that many people that are in demand for sharpening, okay? So make it very clear in those emails that this is your chance. 3 days later, another text or email will go out. It says, hurry, last chance to book your appointment before the public gets their chance. Book now, time slots are filling up. On the 4th day, that's when the assistant starts to do calls. On the 4th day, she calls that whole entire preferred list. Things that are gonna help you, get 2 phone numbers. Have you guys noticed on the order app, it asks for 2 numbers? Get 2 numbers for those customers. It'll help you. Because if he doesn't answer, she will answer. And vice versa. Make sense? And if you don't get his phone number, get the landline. Right? Exactly what Brandon said. On the 7th day, which is a week out from your preferred list, what you're going to do is you're going to do the new wave of text and emails that go out to the non-preferred clients. So those are just all the other people that you have in your CRM or that are in that local area. Now, if you don't know the math, that's 2 weeks out from your event. That's when you start the regular customers getting emailed, okay? On the 11th day, a reminder email and text will go out to those customers, okay? We have very limited spots available. Get yours now. Don't miss this event, right? And the reason why I say don't miss this event is because I let my customers know this is the only opportunity you're going to get sharpening in this area, and you better do it now. Right? Then on the 14th day, the assistant starts making phone calls for that list of people, okay? So we have it all planned out where the assistants are handling text messages, they're handling everything in those days, and then if they don't see that it's filling up, they immediately start a week before filling up the rest of the slots that are out there, okay? And we're not like calling them once. We're calling them twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. We're leaving voicemails. We're leaving everything, letting them know, hey, this is your opportunity. If you don't call us back, don't complain that we didn't do the service for you, okay? Because if you guys don't know this, we make marks on everyone's account. So we can say if someone says, oh, you never do your sharpening, we called you 4 times here. We invited you to this event. You missed this event. You didn't do this, so hey, I think you're the problem. We're not the problem here. Okay? Okay. Then on the 17th day, we do the last chance text. Okay? And it's just a last chance text. Try to get as many as we do. Okay? So we do this so that everyone has that last demand so that they can make sure that they're on there. But we also do this last chance so that we can know 5 or 6 days out if we need to add extra days, if we need to expand our times. There's times where we start at 9 and we go until 6 o'clock, and then all of a sudden we start at 7 in the morning and we go until 9 p.m., right? It's just based off of how many appointments. We do 45-minute appointment times. We found that that works great. And we do all of our own sharpening. So there's a mix between both, which I think is great. Okay? Here's some key strategies to get more people to your events. One, you need to promote your events all year long to your customers. Okay? Promote your website, promote, hey, if you need your knife sharpened, hey, here's this. Okay? If you have an event that's in an area that you normally don't go to, when you're doing that event, you let those customers know at that event that you will be back next year or you'll be back at these dates. And then that way they can start planning for your emails and your text messages coming too. And the reason why I say this is because if they miss that date, then they know the next date that's coming up, right? I already said it, get 2 phone numbers. I think it's very important you get 2 phone numbers. If you have to get 2 emails, okay, so when your assistant does the calls, ask her if there's another email that they actually answer or they'll get back to you faster, okay? The other thing that I have here too, the thing that's going to make your schedule that much better is you do window scheduling. Okay, this is something that I learned a couple years ago and it's been phenomenal. What we do is once someone gets scheduled for that event, what we do is then we go on their Vector Connect or we go into their VAST, see what items that they have. And if we know that that lady only has 2 or 3 items, then what we do is we open up another spot that's windowed 15 minutes or 20 minutes after that person comes in, right? Because you guys all know that one lady that brings in she's the habitual, my paring knife stole, right? She brings it in, you're like, okay, let me show you. No, I'm good. Bye, Becky, come on in, right? And then Jill's sitting there going, oh, Curtis, I'm here, da-da-da-da. And then she brings in her set of knives, and then you can do the next appointment, okay? The other thing that I have here, too, is incentivize your customers to book their friends and family members for the event. When I say book their family members, okay, a lot of times you don't want when she brings in her knife set and then she brings in her daughters and her sons and then her aunts and then her friends. That's what we're not incentivizing. We're not incentivized to sharp 15 people's knives that are not at the event, okay? We incentivize you if you book your family member to come into the event. And we all have those extra trimmers, we have those extra paring knives, the can openers, stuff like that. You bring it there, unload it on the people, okay? Or like Chelsea was saying, $50 referral, $100 referral, $150 referral, based off of whatever they spend. Last thing I have here, if you want more people to come to your event and you're not getting people to your event, or you've done an event where it was busy and then the next time you do it, less people come, that's because you're probably bad at service. Okay? And what I mean by this, and I'm not trying to be an A right here, but I have noticed this, that when people don't get more people to their service events is because they did a terrible job sharpening, or they were super pushy of getting that customer to buy more Cutco, and they had a horrible experience at that service event, and they want nothing to do with you. If you want more people to be in there, like make sure that you go over the top, make sure that they know that their knives need to go back to the factory. The reason why we do our own sharpening is because 99% of everything they bring into that room goes back to the factory, okay? And the reason why we do that is because we want them to experience the Cutco service that they paid for with their product. And I have so many customers like, oh, it's great. He'll find the littlest, tiniest thing that's wrong with the knife, and he'll send it back, and then we get it back, and it's super sharp. The reason why I do that is because I don't want that person at my event every year. I need them to be spaced out every 2 to 3 years, right? So if they call me back within 6 months or a year and they're like, oh, I need my knife sharpened again. Okay, what's going on here? Like, you got factory sharpening. There's no way. Like, okay, come in. And then we sit there and then we have that conversation with them like, what's going on? We got to fix this. You know, you either buy more, like to fix the problem, or you're just needing my service and I can't provide that all the time, right? We have other customers. So hopefully this helps you guys get more people to your events. Just stick with it. Make sure that you guys are doing the phone calls. Make sure you're doing the emails. Make sure you're not just sending something out there and hoping that your people schedule. You got to be in front of it and constantly get people in the door.